yeah, hell yeah.
I want to get like a, HDMI to SDI converter. If I could just use one.
Yeah.
I feel like the live shots would be way better.
I used to use only mirrorless cameras, and like a lot of the old timers,
Oh.
they used to laugh at me.
Yeah, I remember when you bought the gear.
Yeah. So, but it shot so nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Low light was wonderful. No noise, virtually no noise.
When I would look at the streamer footage, I can tell which one you shot.
Really?
Just because of the camera.
It's just so clean, right?
Yeah.
That lens alone was like $3,500.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it like a 100 to 400?
No, it was a 70 to 200.
Wow. Oh,
Yeah.
that's not bad.
Yeah. But I still had to change it for interviews, which that's the only downside.
That's a limitation on that. Do you still have your gear?
I still have my gear.
Yeah. You were shooting on a Sony?
I was shooting on the A7 III. Yeah. I have a A7 IV now and A7 III, but
Oh, nice. I like the 4. It just shoots beautiful. I'm a Canon guy, but I don't disrespect it. I love Sony.
yeah.
But I just prefer Canon.
I remember when I was younger, like Nikon was like,
Yeah.
you're like a professional.
Nikon was a jam back in the day.
Yeah. I mean, the products are still good.
Yeah.
And you know, like what's ranking them like Sony being better or Canon or whoever. It's just like very specific, very like minor things that are making like things that are slightly better.
Yeah.
But really, like they're all pretty good.
I think so. It's just cool how like quote unquote cheap it is to get a mirrorless nowadays.
Yeah.
And earlier just talking $3,000 just for the body, $2,500 just for the body. No, I got my Canon R8 for like $1,200, and it's just like my V cam. No shooting stills on it, B-roll on it. It's great.
I got the A7 IV, gently used. So, from some dude in Austin.
Oh, nice.
There's a lot of like, photo, video stuff going on with there.
Yeah.
And so I guess the dude was like, he bought it like, just because of all the hype, and then like he didn't really use it. The account was like, he didn't use it. And brand new day, so yeah, he was like, I'm moving. So, but I'm just trying to do it all. So.
How much you buy for it?
Damn. Yeah. Yeah. And that was cheap because it was like 2,000 something. That's cheap. I thought it was cheap. And I was like, well, I don't know.
And you were getting into that too.
I don't mind getting, I have the GM stuff, but it's kind of, I'm trying to consider like other brands, like the cheaper brands, because there's so much technology now that if you just have Photoshop or Lightroom or something, like none of that, if it's off a little bit,
Yeah.
just fix it, whatever.
I think what really hurts me is the constant money.
Yeah.
Glass.
Even secondhand is like still.
Yeah, even on the Canon side, like, the lenses are just so strong that, I'm on the hard, I buy EF lenses just because, it's cheaper, but they're still expensive.
Yeah. It's like a video game where you're like, yeah, you press a button and you're ready to shoot, the button come out, and it just doesn't really
Inventory. Absolutely. Okay, let me just let him in and I'll be ready. If you can just start filling out that sheet for me? Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Hey, what's up, guys? down.
All right, thank you.
You know which side are we coming out of?
Out the door to the left. Okay, get it right. Sorry.
Why'd you do it?
EMS coming in?
That was crazy. But I think back then it was called like something like that.
They're busy.
Good morning. Thank you all so much for joining us today. We wanted to highlight a case on an arrest we just made this morning. I'm sure you all have already seen the suspect in the case, 54-year-old Belinda Garza Edie. She is a in-home healthcare provider for this company, Senior Buddies. But in this instance, this centers around a 91-year-old victim who suffers from what's being termed late-stage dementia and relies on 24-hour care. This particular service doesn't happen in a group home, but in the family's actual residence, where the healthcare providers will come into the residence and provide care there in home. Thankfully, the family here in this instance put up a camera to make sure that they were able to monitor the activities that were going on as a result of this caregiving. Surprisingly enough, I'm told by the investigators in this case that this suspect actually knew there was a camera there and still was not deterred. She still continued to assault the victim in this case. The family member here recently, what touched all of this off is the family member here grew concerned. At one point, she said she had seen some spilled food on the room of the victim, on the floor of the room. Asked the healthcare provider, why is the food there? She'd mentioned that the elderly victim had somehow knocked the food off. In an abundance of caution, the victim's family went back and watched video, and what they found was several pretty disturbing cases of abuse, outright abuse, between January and March of this year. Our investigators were able to go out and review the evidence, but they made the determination off of what they had seen, some forced feeding that caused pain to the victim, but additionally at least one instance where she actually slaps her in the face. Our investigator did an awesome job what they were supposed to do and actually applied for a warrant, walked a warrant, and then we were able to place Ms. Garza Edie under arrest this morning without incident. Our stop team, the Sheriff's Top Offenders Program deputies, placed her under arrest without incident, and she's going to be facing charges of injury to an elderly person with intent to cause bodily injury. Now, as if the assault itself is not disturbing enough, my understanding is that the family members actually contacted the directors of this company, Senior Buddies, and actually made a complaint about this suspect assaulting the victim. The management of that company actually indicated to the victim's family that they would prefer to handle this internally, as if it were just some sort of a minor departure from their procedures, and said they would not in fact contact law enforcement. And so thankfully here the family was not satisfied with that. They went the extra mile and contacted law enforcement themselves. We've also been in contact with the state in connection with this case as well. And so certainly we're urging the public that, at present, although we don't have any direct evidence that this suspect or this company was involved in anything untoward with any of the patients that are under their care, certainly, again, in an abundance of caution, we'll let the community, if they have any connection to this company and they suspect any wrongdoing, please give us a call, 210-335-6000. You can also email us at bcsotips@bear.org. Esta mañana nosotros arrestamos a una sospechosa de 54 años de edad, que ella es empleada de una compañía que se llama Senior Buddies. Ellos se encargan de dar auxilio, dar ayuda a los pacientes que están bajo de su no custodia, pero que están ayudándoles con los problemas. La señora, la víctima de este caso, tiene 91 años de edad. Ella tiene demencia y ella está en la casa de sus familiares, pero la compañía, los empleados de la compañía vienen a la casa y le dan sus tratamientos y su ayuda. Una familiar de la víctima reporta que ella, al principio de esto, se encontró comida que estaba en el suelo. Le preguntó a la empleada qué había pasado con esa comida. La señora, la sospechosa, le dijo que la víctima había tirado esa comida al suelo. La familiar vio el video que ella había puesto una cámara en el cuarto de la víctima. Ella vio el video y lo que ella descubrió fue varios incidentes de asalto donde esta sospechosa iba maltratando la víctima de 91 años de edad. Ella al principio le habló a la directora de la compañía. Ellos dijeron que no nos iban a hablar a nosotros, a las autoridades, sino que le dieron esa opción a la víctima, la familia de la víctima. Ella nos contactó a nosotros y nosotros tomamos el reporte. El investigador de nosotros logró ver el video y aplicó por una orden de arresto para esta sospechosa. Esta mañana, oficiales con nuestro STOP program, el programa STOP, ellos arrestaron a la sospechosa sin incidente. Pero ahorita, aunque no tenemos más información de otros asaltos involucrando esta compañía ni esta sospechosa, sí nos da pendiente si hay otras víctimas más allá. Entonces les surgimos al público, si tienen información tocante a otros asaltos, otras actividades ilegales, o si tienen familiares que están trabajando con esta compañía, por favor que nos hablen al 210-335-6000. También nos pueden mandar email bcsotips@bear.org. Any questions?
Estabas diciendo que tenían la cámara y que ella sabía que estaba una cámara ahí.
Sí, en algunos videos se ve que la sospechosa sabía que había video. Se aparenta que ella a ciertas veces vio la cámara. La cámara no era de cubierto, sino que estaba fuera de donde se puede ver la cámara. Pero en algunos de los videos el detective me dice que la sospechosa como que ve a la cámara después de maltratar a la señora y luego ya ella sigue trabajando. Entonces esto es algo que obviamente ella sabía que era ilegal, pero todavía lo hizo.
Estabas diciendo también de que te estaba dando comida forzosamente y también cachetadas.
Sí, como que le estaba forcejeando con ella, le metió un tenedor a fuerza a la boca de la señora y la señora como que se quejó que le dolía. Pero a esta sospechosa siguió haciendo haciendo eso, y en alguno de los videos ella le dio cachetada a la señora. Entonces eso es algo que ya viendo eso nuestro detective aplicó por esa orden de arresto y la arrestamos. Okay.
También dices que a lo mejor puede haber otras incidencias con la misma compañía.
Sí, pues es posible que no haya otras víctimas, es posible que no hay otras actividades ilegales, pero también es posible que sí hay. Entonces les sugerimos al público que por favor, si ellos tienen parientes con esta compañía, Por favor, fíjense en cualquier momento, en cualquier evidencia que tienen. Si tienen video o si han visto heridas o algo así, por favor, háblenos y danos la queja a nosotros.
La compañía, ¿cómo se llama? Y perdón por preguntar, a lo mejor ¿tenía ella licencia para hacer este tipo de cosas?
No sé qué clase de licencia tiene que tener esta señora o si tiene licencia, eso no sé ahorita, pero sí sé que la compañía se llama Senior Buddies.
Will you just say, can you say it in English?
Sure. At this point, I don't know what license she should have or if she's got the proper licensing in this, but my understanding is that the company that's involved in this is Senior Buddies.
What, in Spanish, please, what could viewers look for if they have their loved ones in this type of care? What can they assess with their loved ones that can determine, that there's possibly foul play going on?
Bueno, hemos visto en este caso y otro caso que tenemos hace varias semanas de un hombre que también estaba sufriendo abuso a manos de las personas, los empleados de una compañía. Yo les urjo al público que lo que nos ayudó en estos dos casos es las cámaras que ellos ponen en los cuartos de las víctimas. Les urjo al público que si tienen familiares que aunque los manden a una parte, a una clínica, a un hospital, o si la compañía manda a los empleados para la casa, es importante tener esas cámaras para cuidar a las víctimas. Y luego, pues obviamente, desgraciadamente en este caso, se requiere ese video por medio de evidencia. Entonces, para nosotros, les urgimos al público que si no tienen cámaras así, que por favor las tengan y que las revisen de vez en cuando para ver cómo están tratando a las víctimas. En este caso, esta sospechosa como que sabía que estaba en video y todavía sí estaba haciéndolo. Entonces, yo les urjo al público que usen estas cámaras y que revisen el video.
Estamos hablando de buen trabajo de tu división staff. ¿Puedes decir un poquito qué es eso?
Sí, nosotros tenemos una unidad que se llama STOP, Sheriff's Top Offenders Program, que esos oficiales se encargan de arrestar a las personas que han cometido delitos violentos. Entonces, ya cuando cuando los oficiales, los detectives que están trabajando por medianoche, ya cuando aplican por las órdenes de arresto por algo violento, entonces estos oficiales son los que se encargan de ir a arrestar a esas personas. Es una unidad que ya tiene casi un año o dos en existencia, pero es algo que es importante para nosotros. Como con este caso, desafortunadamente cada día tenemos otros casos que estos oficiales tienen que arrestar a esas personas.
Hoy en la mañana fue arrestada en el trabajo, en el lugar de empleo.
Did we get her at work or at home? A ella la arrestamos en la casa de ella sin incidente. Yes, sir.
Do we know if the victim was her only patient, or is there an investigation that this may have happened to other?
Well, we don't. Right now, this is the only patient we know of. But I mean, my understanding is that this company is a pretty sizable company. So although we don't, to be fair, we don't have information on other victims. We believe there's other patients that are out there. Whether they were under the care of this suspect or not, we don't know. But certainly we would urge anybody that's got any sort of connection to this company to please give us a call. Certainly if any connection to this suspect, give us a call if you suspect something was going on, 210-335-6000. I would also use this as an opportunity to remind the community that here recently y'all saw that we had a similar case where a gentleman that was nonverbal autistic was assaulted by some folks in a group home setting. I would certainly urge the community to take the example of the victims' families in both of these cases, where a camera, the footage captured by that camera is crucial to us to be able to apply for the warrant and hopefully see both of these cases through to successful prosecutions. So I would urge the community that if you've got a family member like this that's in any sort of mental or health distress, where they're under long-term care and they're outside the view of the family, absolutely use this as an example and obtain those cameras, whether it be a covert camera like the one we saw in that last case or one that's just obviously a camera. It's crucial for you to have that. Again, keeping honest people honest, but also giving us the evidence we need in the event that an assault does occur. Thank you all so much.